I guess it would help if I had my microphone on, right? Just checking a few things. There we go. Cool, cool, cool. Getting everything all started up with the spaceship, my friends. There we go. All right. So, how is everybody doing tonight? I hope you're all having a great evening. My name is Seth. My friends call me Silky, and this is Sovereign Starseed. This is my channel, and I like to beam down to Earth cryptocurrency news every night at 10 p.m. And as you can see, we are making some changes and some modifications to the spaceship. Look at it. We're like at level 4 now, guys. I could show you what song I'm playing now. I can show you Permacat's in the house. Hey, how you doing, friend? So glad that you're able to make it. Yeah, so we got so many cool things here. Ray of Sunshine saying what's up. Super glad. How do you guys like it? You guys like the new upgrades to the ship? Think it's cool? I'm loving it. We get to see out of the stars here, and like on the window right there, we get to see like all the little events that are happening on the ship, which I think is awesome. I guess it was this way, but it's all good. So yeah, we got the followers up on the screens now. We got the song that's going on in the background here, just so you guys know what's playing on the spaceship, because oftentimes I get asked, what song is that? It's such a good song. And so yeah, I want to end up making sure that everybody knows, exactly what's going on the spaceship. I think it's also important for the humans to know that this spaceship is fueled by good music, good vibes, and love. So if we end up running out of either of those three things, like the spaceship could very well stop in space and get hit by an asteroid. And who wants that? You know what I'm saying? Okay, so anyways, guys, I love to be able to end up having this opportunity to do this right now. Even though that the decisions about the internet have been made, look at this. We're now in a new world. We're in a free world. We're in the free internet. Yes, the song features so cool. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you so much, guys, for like showing love on the spaceship too, because this is like just as much as it is my spaceship, it's your spaceship. So if you can figure out other ways to make this place cool, let me know, because like we all need to feel at home here. All right, so anyways, yep, cryptocurrency news every night, 10 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, plus we're going to end up talking about it from a sovereign perspective. We're also going to dip a little bit further into the Pleiadian knowledge through some esoteric teachings later on. And then you guys, I'm starting to get it figured out so that way we can set up the videos so that I can put videos of investing on here. And then that way we can start compounding seriously, so that anybody that's already been using like my links or anything like that, we could show you exactly how to end up compounding this stuff every day. And then we'll also start to be able to do all kinds of cool stuff once we have our account set up. So yeah, anyways, getting into the news. First of all, members of the European Parliament agree that cryptocurrency has come to stay. So this is pretty cool, because Cointelegraph put out an article today that's talking about how It says Soren Moisa, member of European Parliament, has emphatically stated that cryptocurrencies are here to stay. Emphatically, my friends. And so he says that the policy response. So he was opened up at a discussion organized by the Orca Alliance and the EU40 at the European Parliament on Saturday in Brussels. He maintained what is needed at the moment is a clear-cut policy framework and regulation. So, it's pretty cool that he says that cryptocurrencies are here to stay. You get a thumbs up that way. But because you say that it needs a clear-cut policy framework and regulation, I think we're going to end up putting our thumb to the side and just being like, you kind of got a thumbs up, bro. And so basically he says the policy response should be aimed at eliminating the imposters and revision of the anti-money laundering directive, which will help to kickstart this process. Regulating ICOs is also an area worth considering since they should respect EU security-related frameworks. With regard to monetary policy, it is difficult to understand what adjustments, if any, is required to be made to respond to these developments. Policy definitions, they're just coming through, and this is that part. You guys know I'm sensitive about that. The policy definitions. And basically it says that on the issue of definitions, decision makers need to wait for developers and the market more generally to make the necessary tests. So, what I would say is that we definitely need to end up keeping our eyes open to whatever type of definitions that people are trying to point out to us. So, as that is, I just wanted you guys to see that these definitions are something that I don't know if we need to be defining way too many things as of yet that have already been defined. But if there is any new type of technology that comes out, then yeah, maybe that's worth defining, but only usually by the people that is testing it and the people that's creating it. But the people that currently are controllers, those are the ones that I keep talking about where I'm all like, I'm not sure about this type of attitude where the controllers are still wanting to define things for the people that they're controlling. So that's what this channel is about too, is making our own sovereign definitions for ourselves. So next in news, I just wanted to talk about how Cointelegraph put out an article today that says that a woman in Denmark has been imprisoned for hiring a hitman using Bitcoin. So this is pretty telling about some things that you could see, and I don't want this to end up being something that's going to be hugely spread amongst the news about oh, you see, Bitcoin, it's funding terrorism. I'm telling you, terrorism. And so because of all that, you just want to end up seeing that right here, there's a quote that says that the European Cyan Jones, founder of EGCAB, the European Digital Currency and Blockchain Technology Foundation, or just committee, or just business, I'm not sure exactly what it is. He says, the perception that cryptocurrencies are anonymous is largely myth. The corollary that cryptocurrencies are mainly used to launder money is a grossly overstated and unsubstantiated statement, pretty much. The ability to trace past transactions render virtual currencies highly unsuitable for money laundering. So as you guys can see there, it's just something that, come on. If you can end up seeing that it's pretty unsuitable for money laundering, you cannot believe what these other articles are trying to put out, including the one that I was showing you last night. I think it was by CBS News. That was about how, these are 3 more reasons to doubt cryptocurrencies. Come on. That's trash. So as I'm just taking a look at that there, it's just foretelling to see that because of this, this isn't the first time this has happened. Don't let these types of headlines act like this is the first time this has happened, guys. Hitmen have been hired using Bitcoin. Whole terrorist organizations have been funded using Bitcoin. You guess what? Whole terrorist funded organizations have been funded using dollars for a lot longer than Bitcoin. And also weapons and mass destruction and all kinds of things have been funded by US dollars or fiat dollars for a long time. So I'm just sitting here showing you guys that this article is just something that you can see that is natural and normal when people are using a currency the way it should be used to buy and sell things. Rather, not just not just if it's a good thing or a bad thing, it's just what it is. So like, I'm not trying to shed any light about this, about how like this is a good thing. I'm not trying to shed any light about how it's a bad thing. I'm just trying to say this is what it is, and this is what we will see when we're using anything as a form of currency, as a medium of exchange. That's what currency can be as well. So yeah, as of just taking a look at that. Next in news, I just wanted to show you that Cointelegraph putting out another article saying Overstock CEO is considering selling Overstock to fund a blockchain venture. So Patrick Byrne may end up selling his e-commerce firm in order to fund a new blockchain land registry venture together with the well-known Peruvian economist Hernando de Soto. As of Q4, the Overstock's net income is $12.5 million. Byrne himself is one of the early advocates of Bitcoin, and his company was one of the first to bring cryptocurrencies to the digital merchant space. And that's true, guys. Overstock.com has always been one of the first companies to accept Bitcoin. And when people ask me, hey, who takes Bitcoin? That's one of the first places I like to talk about. Just because there's so many products on there, and it's been around for so long, and they're confident in exactly what they could do with that. So I think that's beautiful. But this is fascinating. He says that like one of the possibilities is I sell the business and we have all the capital we need. Byrne is wanting to go ahead and create a blockchain Billions of people have resources that cannot easily be transformed into productive capital. Blockchain is a powerful tool to solve these structural issues, which are some of the principal causes of poverty and conflict. What I think is very interesting about this is that Byrne is seeing that for blockchain now, in order for him to fund a type of project that he wants to end up selling Overstock in order to fund that. But I would also like to end up saying that there might end up being, if it's a good enough idea, there might end up being just enough people willing to help him spread his wings and help him fly with this idea. So it's pretty cool, that now we're getting some of the original Bitcoin businesses that were accepting cryptocurrencies alongside fiat dollars. Now they're considering just completely, the CEO is thinking about just completely leaving so he can go and do something bigger and better with blockchain. I hope he does, but I also hope that he gets the funding without needing to absolutely sell that, because Overstock is awesome, and I would hate for it to have to stop taking Bitcoin or see it go into a different direction. So yeah, as I'm just taking a look at that, guys, it's really cool to see that CEOs are just like, thinking about selling it all because I want to do this blockchain thing. So that's really, really cool. So next in the news, Cointelegraph is saying that Senior VP of eBay says he's seriously considering Bitcoin integration. So Overstock was also kind of it had very close relationships with eBay, and that's also why it's pretty telling that eBay is saying that they're considering Bitcoin integration. Let me just ask you guys, what do you think it would be like if eBay accepted Bitcoin? Would it be more attractive to you to end up selling there? I think that's pretty cool. So yeah, as that is, that's just another piece of the news, is that eBay is thinking about it. Amazon has been thinking about it recently, and then also Cointelegraph is putting out an article that says Ethereum, Ripple, and Litecoin boom as Bloomberg adds them to the terminal. So this is pretty cool because it just basically talks about how Ripple's hitting a huge all-time high, as well as Ethereum and Litecoin, and Bloomberg terminals are now adding them right there onto the terminal. And let me see if I can actually just show you the original one so you can see the screenshot, because there's an actual screenshot. I just love that dark view. But look at this. Come on, the terminal has officially added Ether, Litecoin, and Ripple pricing. So, there you go. We're going to now start to see, other coins starting to end up gaining a lot of adoption. And because of that, we can also see that those prices are going to end up shooting through the roof. So 2018, my friends, it's going to be the year of cryptos. It's going to be the year of the switchover. So because of that, definitely look forward to exactly what's going to be coming going forward. Ripple, Ethereum, Litecoin, Dash, Monero, a few other things are definitely going to end up starting to see their blockchain being solidified amongst people's transactions. And that's exactly what a lot of the people wanted in the beginning. So, boom, 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 boom. I'm loving this. I'm loving this music in the back. Amongst people's transactions. And that's exactly what a lot of the people want. Cool. I'm just trying to make sure that it's still working. So, all right, yeah, Cointelegraph.com is putting out another article that says U.S. Fed chair speaks out on Bitcoin and national crypto. So this is cool because here it says the outgoing Federal Reserve Chair, Janet Yellen, commented on Bitcoin and the Fed's relationship to the digital currency at a press conference in Washington on Wednesday. 1 second. All right. It said Yellen commented on the Fed's relationship to Bitcoin. She reiterated her 2014 position that the Fed does not have the authority to regulate the cryptocurrency. Very beautiful. So, on Wednesday, she confirmed that the scope of the Fed's regulatory power extends only to those banking institutions that they already supervise, stating, quote, this is a quote right from the Feds, the Fed doesn't really play any regulatory role with respect to Bitcoin, other than assuring that banking organizations that we do supervise are attentive, that they are appropriately managing any interactions they have with participants in that market, and appropriately monitoring anti-money laundering, Bank Secrecy Act responsibilities that they do have. So they noted that the Fed does not differentiate between Bitcoin and any other type of currency. The central bank is responsible for supervising other banks regardless of the currency being used. So let me also just go ahead and say real fast as well, it's very important for us to know that Bitcoin, is it a currency? Yes. Is Bitcoin just a currency? No. So that's why it cannot only be defined as a currency. It could be defined as Bitcoin. It could be defined as a cryptocurrency. But, it's not just a typical currency. That's why it's very important for us to be using these words in a correct way, because there will be people that will just use Bitcoin as a store of value, as if it was gold, as if it was like a bond, a treasury bond. And in some areas it could be considered currency, but in most areas it wouldn't be. Ooh. So as you can see, cryptocurrency is definitely a much better current definition to use than just currency. And so from that, guys, this is pretty much the gist of what I had tonight for the news, was that the Feds, they're coming out, they're basically saying a few different things, but I think it's beautiful to see that they are openly saying that they cannot regulate it, but following exactly what the Federal Reserve can and can't do. A lot of people kind of already know that, yeah, the Feds don't do any regulating anyways. That's more of the SEC, the Securities Exchange Commission, and they're trying their hardest to do things to regulate it. And the IRS, just basically a tax collection agency, has tried to state that it is a piece of property. Now, I just want to go ahead and say that, the IRS is making claims, but there's also a lot of controversy over exact legitimacy over the IRS's laws and that which they state, because I find it very interesting how all these other banks and all these other places have to do so much preparation work, and they have to do so much official paper filing and getting things like agreed upon by other companies in order for them to get things, such as like the Bank of America getting a patent for a cryptocurrency exchange. They had to get a patent from the US Patent Trademark Office, and the Patent Trademark Office is like, we don't know. But like the IRS is just saying that things are property. So the IRS also isn't like its own, like, I don't know like how exactly to say it, but it seems like it's just a tax collection agency, so it's not like its own court system. And so like with that, you got to end up seeing, you guys, that with this there's a lot of different perspectives that are currently competing for how they're going to control the species on the planet. So that's why we're living at a very critical time to be making sure that we are trying to use these cryptocurrencies in the best and most honorable way possible, and we make sure that we set the definitions down for the companies that will be trying to set the regulations for us. So as this is, guys, I just really want to make sure that we talk about that, because that's from a sovereign perspective. We need to make sure that we're sovereign about this, because it looks like, look at this. She stated that though central bankers globally are discussing the option of making centralized digital currencies that constitute legal tender at the present moment. See, right here, she stated that though central bankers globally are discussing the option of making centralized digital currencies that constitute legal tender, at the present moment, the Fed has no serious intention of introducing a digital dollar. So what I want you guys to ask yourselves is, why are the people of Earth letting the bankers think if it's okay to introduce something as a legal tender? Let me just tell you, my friends, I've been involved in this for now a decade. So because of this, you don't have to end up trying to wait for somebody else to try to introduce this as anything. Okay? We can just go ahead and use this the way that we want to use this. And if other people want to try to define that, well, they can, but it's only going to be for themselves sovereignly. And so that's where I'm trying to get at this, my friends, is that look at how, just look at it. Look at how interesting it is to be alive right now. Let me make sure that like I could see this, but okay, look, we currently have Ness. Thank you for joining, my friend. Appreciate it. So we currently have, on one side, we have like people that don't know what cryptocurrencies are, which is like the government, which is like a lot of the people in politics, which is a lot of the bankers. Okay, they don't know what cryptocurrencies are. And when they are asked about them, a lot of times the response is an ignorant and angry one, which says cryptocurrencies are a fraud, cryptocurrencies are money laundering, cryptocurrency supports terrorism, and like cryptocurrencies are bad. Okay, so I want you guys to see that that's what's happening on one side from the banking and governmental perspective. We have certain countries on the planet right now that are stopping their people from using cryptocurrencies, such as like Tibet and such as like, China, just like other places are banning them. Okay, and then we have other places in the world that are, even though they're governments and even though they don't completely understand them, they are trying to get everything on board with how these cryptocurrencies are going to try to run. So like you have like Dubai trying to run its whole government system on a blockchain. You have Australia now going to run its stock market on a blockchain using cryptocurrencies. You just have so many things happening. Like, just follow the channel, follow the videos, and you'll see all the things that are happening. But what I'm also trying to get at here, my friends, is that, on that side, that's where you see a lot of these things where people are just trying to end up making these ignorant statements about when they don't understand. They're still understanding what the currency is and what the technology is of cryptocurrencies. And then you come over to this other side, and you start to look at all these people online, you look at all these YouTubers, you look at all these geeks, you look at all these weird people that have been using Bitcoin for a long time, and they understand. They don't even understand it. They actually rise above understanding into comprehension, and they comprehend what the technology is. They comprehend how to use this technology. So over here in this space, you don't hear any of them when they're talking about cryptocurrencies. You don't hear about any of them, the people that have been using them for a long time. You don't hear any of them saying anything about regulation. We must have, laws around this. We must have, people protecting us. We have to have governments get in on this and tell us how to use this. You do not see that. You don't see that. But yet you see this thriving ecosystem that's been here for a long time, that if you go to this side of the map, they're trying to get in on this side. Now that's interesting, my friends, and that's something to pay attention to. And that's what I want you guys to see, is that right now you're living at a very, very beautiful time to make a statement, to make a stance, to make it be known that these are beautiful technologies that we have here. And of course governments don't understand them yet, but if we sit around and we wait for governments to try to define them for us, then we're going to lose. We're not going to get any further than we have with any of the other things before us. We're not going to get any further with this cryptocurrency, guys. It's not going to end up it's not going to show us anything, because then the governments will come in, the banks will tell them how to end up defining all of this, then they'll define it, and then there'll be a whole bunch of laws. Then you're going to see a whole bunch of people getting in trouble for using this beautiful technology that you can use freely right now. Freely, my friends. Decentralized, not censored. Do you want it to be centralized? Do you want it to be censored? Well, then let people define things for you. Let people tell you how to use it. Don't try to go out and buy any Bitcoin until the government tells you. That's what I'm trying to get at, my friends. That's what I'm trying to get at. And anybody that is in the government, know that I'm not against you, but I'm also not for you saying how I can use this type of instrument that I have been using for so long. If we do need to talk about how you feel threatened about this instrument, then we need to open up healthy discourse. We need to be having open discussions about how we can try to integrate this into the society that we have built. And as we integrate that, there will be many discussions that are brought up about a lot of the flaws that are going on inside the system right now. Let's look at one of them. Currently, a net neutrality decision was already passed by a certain company that knew. It was an agency, the FCC knew that if they just made this decision, they would get A, all of the money from the companies that were supporting them, and B, it was going to take so long for the decision to get reversed that those companies in A were really starting to get that which they wanted anyways. So that's how flawed these types of things are. And so when the government wants to come and try to end up defining cryptocurrencies, they can come and ask people and look online and start up healthy discussions saying, what is this? What is cryptocurrencies? Can the people out there tell us? Can we get a lot of discussion on what's going on with cryptocurrencies? Oh, okay. So it's kind of like a store of value, but you can use it for many other things as well, huh? Wow, that's very fascinating. Well, how about as the government, how about we try to figure out ways on how we could try to integrate this into our society? How about that, people? And the people would say yay or nay. And if they say yay, then the government could be like, okay, so let's go ahead and see, what do you think would be the best ways for us to integrate this? How can we do this all in one now, all in together now, all on the same side? How can we do this? Do you see how much healthier it can be where we can end up starting to come together and we can start to build a foundation that's very admirable to other countries in the world as well. It's simple. And we have all the technology, we have all of the resources right here available to us. So that's why it's simple. And that's why as well, if we focus on that which we have in common instead of that which we have different, then I think it'll accelerate very fast. And the humans of Earth can absolutely come together and start to see some things in a very, very healthy way. What do you guys think? I think that's beautiful. So, as I'm just taking a look at this right now, guys, like this is pretty much it that I have for the news. Let me just go ahead and get into the Discord, see if anybody's up on the Discord and wants to chat. If you guys want to get into the Discord room, go to the Twitch profile, look on the Discord. You'll be able to see it right there. Let me hop up in here. Still digging this music. Look on the Discord. You'll be able to see it right there. Let me see if you can hear it. Still digging this music. Nice, dude. Sounds good in the back. Let's see who else is in here. Let's get up in the Discord server. Alright, I'm up in the stream lounge. If anybody wants to end up popping up in the stream lounge, let me know. Just, click on that link. Click on the link in the profile down at the bottom there, and you'll be able to end up hopping in. So, yeah, having a lot of fun with this tonight, guys. Hope you guys love the new mods on the spaceship. We're at level 4 now because we're able to display songs. I think that is so freaking cool. So, yeah. A few other things, if you want to end up talking about some cryptocurrencies. IOTA, no longer am I holding IOTA. IOTA has definitely dropped, and it's a big part of it is because of what I was reporting on the first night that we were bringing IOTA onto the channel, was that there was going to be a big spike, and IOTA has now, it's holding itself, but what I could say is that IOTA has definitely fallen down quite a bit, and a big part of the reason for that was that there was some misheard information where there were a lot of people that thought that IOTA was partnering with Microsoft, but at the same time, what was actually really being reported was that Microsoft might just be testing something from IOTA, which doesn't necessarily equal a partnership per se. And so once you could see that there, you can, kind of make it up to your own mind that you could see that once the real news came out, that you could see that's the big deal for this slump right here. Boom. And then coming back up, it's definitely going to end up coming back up and trying to hold itself at support level. But yeah, something that's happening. IOTA is now at 6. Ripple is at 4, and I think that has a big part in to do with that Bloomberg terminal news. So Ripple's at 77 cents now, Litecoin at 303, Bitcoin Cash is at 1838, Ethereum is at an all-time high of $704. Bitcoin at the time of this transmission, $17,700, my friends. Beautiful. It's beautiful. As you can see, the people of Earth are switching over into something that's decentralized. That's how you could tell when a lot of this stuff is up. So my friends, I would definitely go ahead and take a look at usually some of these top 10 coins, because these top 10 coins have a lot to do with some things. Monero's at 11. Expect that to end up going up into the top 10. BitConnect has fallen to number 18, but still holding a price of $403 per BitConnect coin. Neo is up to $50. That's awesome. I need to be checking some things because I'm holding a lot of Neo too. And EOS $8.95. Okay, so now as you guys can see, wow, what's really fascinating, my friends, is that a long time ago, actually not even a long time ago, not even 6 months ago, when you would look on this page, so many of these were below $1. It's just beautiful being in this space, because so many things have gone up. Look at that. Holy cow. 35% on OMG. Holy cow. There's a huge spike hitting. Something happened. Let's see what happened with the OMG real fast. And then after that, I'm going to end the transmission so that way we can get going with the esoteric news, the esoteric study sessions. Right now, my favorite token model is OMG style tokens. Reasons: not a medium of exchange, a clear valuation model, runs nodes. Wow. Very wow. So let's see, guys. With that, I just wanted to go ahead and talk a little bit about this. Let's see. Permacast saying, so just joined a team launching a coin ICO in the spring as a codex based on Ethereum. I know nothing. Who wants to help? That's awesome, guys. So hey, yeah, anybody in the spaceship, if anybody wants to help, just go ahead and whisper to Permacast, or even just throw it out in the chat, because I'd love to end up seeing that. As a coder, it's based on Ethereum, so that's beautiful. So we will also end up throwing some shout outs to that even further, as the channel continues progressing forward. But that's great to see. It's great to see, Permacast, that you've done that. So congratulations. And yeah, as more people start to get on to the spaceship, we'll end up definitely making some more connections. I'm going to end up trying to create like a little room on the Discord server too, as a place where you can promote this type of stuff, so that you can end up having we can have a room. It's going to be kind of like just a positivity room, basically, where you go in, you talk about any links that you want people to check out. You want people to check out your coding portfolio. You want people to check out your Twitch channel. You want people to check out your YouTube channel. You want people just to end up following you on SoundCloud because you're a DJ. So many things. We're going to have so many things. So because of that, guys, just know that there's lots more coming. So level 4 is just part of this spaceship, where now we got the window working with the events. And, we just got to get some more people on the spaceship. That's all. That's all. So, yes, thank you to everybody. I'm going to be signing off here in just a moment. So, first of all, thank you to all of the regulars that showed up tonight. I appreciate it. So, perfect. See? There you go. You guys, we might end up being able to get some coin as well. So, continue following into this channel, because, yes, we're spreading the love here. And that's great, because then you could get a lot of people that would end up liking that too. So, excellent. What I could say is that thank you to everybody that, decided to beam up tonight, decided to end up taking a look at the crypto news on the spaceship. It's going to end up being just a few more days before I can start getting things ready for the subscribers and for people that are following, so that way we can, get you guys some exclusive videos on how to get compounding going, how to get all this stuff going. Yes, of course, you're welcome. Of course, you guys are helping build the spaceship, so I totally appreciate that. Next, I was just going to go ahead and just say that, you guys, you're what makes the spaceship happen. So continue to follow, continue to stay tuned into the broadcasts. I'm going to go ahead and disconnect the broadcast here, but I'll be back here in a few minutes with some of the Pleiadian knowledge that the humans of Earth really need to hear. We'll see what we're going to end up doing with that. Sometimes I'm thinking like, man, maybe we should do that during the day. Sometimes I'm like, maybe we should just hold it off for way late at night. So we'll see, guys. I'm actually going to end up trying to set up a poll here soon, so that we can do polls and have fun with that and see what's going to win. So as this is, guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in every single night. I really appreciate it. There is going to be some good things coming out your way with that. Besides that, just thank you for taking a look at the news, because it's great. You guys are now starting to stay aware of what's going on internationally and with cryptocurrencies, and how different countries are looking at it, how the governments are looking at it, and that, over time, it only happens over time of watching these streams over and over again, do you start to see, like how these things are moving and how fast they're moving. So I just appreciate that. and we'll be back tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Mountain, 5 o'clock Universal. I appreciate all of you guys that tuned in tonight. I just want to say to all the humans, definitely go ahead and go out and talk to somebody about how great it is to be alive, and how amazing it is that we possibly have these currencies that are going to change everything, including the governments, including the banks, and make sure that we get people to learn about this stuff from each other as fast as possible, because the faster we all learn about it, the faster we'll be able to say to anybody trying to control us, like, it's okay, don't worry. I already know about cryptocurrencies, so does everybody else here. So we don't need you guys to define it for us. But thank you very much, I appreciate it, but we don't need you to do that. So anyways, guys, I just really appreciate you. And this is Sovereign Starseed saying good night to the humans of Earth. I'll be beaming down some light soon for the esoteric students.